Hello, everyone. You're watching another 24/7 live TBC broadcast on Would You Be Willing to Accept Abundance? And this is episode 86, and today's date is July 8th, 2018. Abundance is the opposite of scarcity and lack of. Abundance is what the world has to offer all of mankind. Abundance takes the form of money in the control of all mankind. It's cryptocurrency. It's called the Billion Coin, or TBC, and it is the people's money. It was created over 2 years ago and got started on March 21st, 2016. Now, I'm assuming that anyone watching this video is already familiar with what cryptocurrency is and has at least heard of the first cryptocurrency created, which is called Bitcoin. Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin back in 2009 using cryptography called blockchain technology, or based blockchain technology, which he also created to be used as the public transaction ledger for his Bitcoin. Now, for a quick understanding of blockchain technology and its current and potential uses, you can check the description below this video. Towards the end of the description, you'll see under related information the links. Now, when our coin came out 2 years ago, we, meaning the creators of the coin, and there were many coins available by that point, they were all being exchanged on the trading exchange markets, okay, or the market, the coin market cap. And when these coins got put onto this trading exchange, people could buy and sell and raise the price up, and they can also lower the price. The wealthy, who can come in and buy whatever amount of coins they want, let's just say Bitcoin, could actually control the price or the value of Bitcoin through their manipulation of the market. What they call pump and dump, or in the stock market, they call it what? Boom and crash, I think, is the term. So there's some obvious volatility in the coins that are on a trading exchange. Our creators had a mission before they brought out the coin to have their coin actually accomplish something. And that was to eliminate global poverty. Well, and everything that goes along with poverty, okay? Hunger, everything. They wanted to completely eliminate all of that. And they knew that the only way they can do that is if they can create a monetary cryptocurrency system, which they have already were familiar with, but where they can control the distribution of the wealth of that coin amongst the entire population of the world. Now, those familiar with cryptocurrency and blockchain technology know that the blockchain is completely decentralized, meaning that there's no control in the hands of any particular one person. Okay, so This is what is so good about blockchain technology. It really is going to change the world for a better, to make it better in so many ways. And then Satoshi Nakamoto created the coin almost both at the same time. Okay, knowing that this coin would not have to be verified by a third party or controlled by a bank, that it could be the people's money, but it was brand new and he needed to get it out there and give it a chance to succeed as much as he could possibly create that chance. And when I look at the history of what he did, I feel like he was incredibly smart in the way he did it. Not just the fact that he had smarts enough to create the code for all of that, but just in the way he handled the entire process of creating his Bitcoin was pretty close to genius. The problem that has happened since then is that it did get on to a trading platform, a market. When other coins came out using the same technology, they all got put on these trading exchanges in order to give them value as fast as possible. This way, folks around the world can just go straight to a trading exchange and see all the new coins that were coming out and do some research and decide if they wanted to purchase those. That's how it got started. There's an evolution to it, but it's been 9 years. But that is how it has happened today. Now, in order to accomplish this mission that the creators of the Billion coin had in mind to do, they needed to keep some control. So what they did was they hung on to their wallet system. Those of you familiar with cryptocurrency know that you can get wallets from all kinds of different companies out there that you can use to keep your coins in. And when you make transactions with your coins, there's a transaction fee included. Usually hardly anything. That's another thing that makes cryptocurrency nice, is that the transaction fees are so low compared to the banks and what they charge. Okay, so by hanging on to the wallet systems, we are able to have enough control that we can distribute our wealth out fairly evenly amongst our first billion people. And we are only going to make 1 billion coins. Never more than 1 billion, just 1 billion coins. That's why we call it the Billion coin. And when we get to our first billion people, the value of our coin will reach its maximum. And that is based not on a trading market, but on an algorithm that values it based on people having it in their hands or in their wallets. So you and I is what brings value to the Billion coin. So when we got started a couple of years ago, when any coin gets started, the coins are very, very cheap. I think ours was, you can get a full coin for 1/10 of a penny. Okay. Today, that full coin is worth over $8 million in just 2 years. So we do have the most expensive coin because it is based on people, not on a market. So this is why The billion coin, or TBC, is an abundance-based coin, the only abundance-based coin currently available in the world. And it is because the price goes up every day, because every day new people join our private community. And every time one person joins, it raises the value of one of our coins by 1 grain of gold, whatever the price is of gold for that day. Now, 1 grain of gold, or a grain of gold, is the smallest measurement of gold. It takes 480 grains to equal 1 ounce of gold. So, based on the current price of gold, right now, 1 grain of gold is worth $2.80. So every time someone joins, it raises the value of our coin by $2.80. So if 100 people join in one day, the price goes up $280. Okay. If 1,000 people join, then it goes up $2,800. If 10,000 people join the next day, $28,000, the coin will go up that day. And this is what has happened and why our coin is the most expensive coin. So, if the value of our coin is based on you and I having that coin, and the value of the coin is so valuable, how do we get that coin in our hands? Well, as you most likely are familiar with pieces or a division of a cryptocurrency, it can be divided by 100 million. So pieces of Bitcoin are called Satoshi, right? Anybody can buy Satoshi. You could buy $1 worth of Satoshi. You could technically buy $1 worth of our TBC coin. But we are going through a migration of taking our membership, which is currently over 3 million, and migrating them over to a very, very advanced, modern blockchain platform that increases the speed of transactions from what Bitcoin is able to do at 7 per second to between 2 and 3,000 per second is what we can do. Now, to compare that with, or for that to have any meaning to you, when you can do only 7 transactions per second, and MasterCard and Visa can do 2,000 on an average, and they can up it to 50,000 if they want, because they're not on a blockchain platform. Obviously, the banks are just on, it's just digital currency going through servers. And they're set up all over the world. So transactions are very fast, but they average only 2,000 per second right now, worldwide. And they'll get up to 6,000 maybe during the Christmas season. So we are moving over and doing transactions at the same speed as Visa and MasterCard. Bitcoin, which was able to do only 7, created a fork in a new coin last year to help speed up the transactions, and it did. They created a coin called Bitcoin Cash, and you can exchange that at 130 per second compared to 7 for the original Bitcoin. So that's a huge help for the Bitcoin platform and the Bitcoin currency, money. So that helped considerably, and I don't know where they stand now, but because I don't keep up a whole lot on Bitcoin. When I found out about it and got to the point where I realized it was real and made myself, do the research to find out what blockchain was all about and what this Bitcoin was all about, I went ahead and purchased a small amount. And I'm grateful that I did, but I just leave it in my wallet and I've watched it just go up in value. I don't mess around with the trading exchanges. I don't buy and sell and try to make a profit. I just let it go up in value because of supply and demand. For the most part, I looked back at its history and saw for the most part, that's what it did every year, was go up. There was a few years where it didn't. But overall, because of supply and demand, they're only making 21 million coins, okay, which was good being the first coin. It gives it a chance to really succeed. But of course, 21 million in a world of 7.6 billion people is not enough to eliminate poverty throughout the world. It could, but you'd have to have control over how that wealth was distributed. Okay, and since you don't have any control, the rich can come along and buy all they want of any coin that's on the market and manipulate the price. And as they manipulate it, you may or may not understand, but they will go ahead when the price drops and purchase your coins that you have lost, basically gambling on the market. And over time, doing this over and over and over again, they collect your wealth, basically. They collect your money, okay, to themselves. And this is why they set the systems up in the first place. Wall Street was created by the central bankers, the stock market, and all the markets. Because basically they're the ones with all the wealth. So the billion coin has to be different. And it is different. It is the people's coin because the people have control of who buys our coin. And because of that, and because of the fact that we can distribute that evenly, fairly evenly worldwide, certainly over our first billion people. And when we hit our first billion people in our community, the algorithm stops valuing the coin. It just stops at that price. Okay, so let's give you an example. If we were at 1 billion members today, and the price of gold is what it is, $2.80 a grain, we'd have 1 billion people worth 1 billion grains of gold. So that would be the value of our coin. So one coin would be worth $2.8 billion. Each coin would be worth that amount. So basically, if you had one coin, you would be worth $2.8 billion. You'd be a multi-billionaire. Okay? So, with the price of the coin being over $8 million right now, just because we have 3 million, a little over 3 million, almost 3.3, how can anyone afford to buy even one coin to become a billionaire? Well, see, that's not how we are set up. We are set up to get the coin in your hand in any way we can under the control of admin. Now, we, the members, can only tell you about it. And we can sell you Kringles is what we call divisions of our coin, not Satoshi, but Kringles. We can sell you Kringles at the current price of that day, what the Kringles cost. We can't discount the coin. We can't give it away to you. But admin, with the coins that he has, he can do whatever he wants, and it's not going to affect a negative effect or have a negative effect on the value of our coin. So that's exactly what he does. Now, I am going to stop here, and make sure that my speakers are working. I did push the right button, so I'm positive it is. But I would like to make sure.
Yes, hello.
Okay. But I would like to. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Krypton. Let me put my glasses on. I could see better. Tesfaye. Is that how you say your name? Hi. Welcome. Sandy Stevens, welcome. Thank you, all you guys, for coming and supporting me. And it looks like y'all can hear me, so that's good. All right. Okay, so here is what our initial goal is with our coin. We are creating 1 million billionaires first. Now, comparative to what the world has right now, the world has 2,200 billionaires. We are creating 1 million billionaires. Now, with a population of 7.6 billion people, and there being only 2,200 billionaires, now you realize why we have poverty and hunger, war, disease, lack. All the things that these individuals have done to oppress the people of the world, because they're the ones with all the money, and they're just a few people. I mean, 2,000 among 7.6 billion. That should shock you when you really think about it. Why is that? Because that's how the system was created to be. For the people, it was a system for the central bankers that have been running the world for centuries, starting with the monarchies, the kings, the queens. Okay, so we are creating 1 million billionaires first. That's the first thing that we're going to do. Okay, and even though we have 3 million members right now, we don't have 1 million of them with at least one coin. Why? The reason why is because a year ago, admin, who calls himself Kris Kringle, because he's like Santa Claus, he started giving the gift away. It had gotten to the point where we were up to 100,000 members who had come in and purchased some Kringles and coins when the price was low and through that first year. But now we needed to really step it up. So the admin, which is a team of individuals, started to offer the coin free to anybody who signed up. Just free. A certain amount of Kringles. It was 100,000 Kringles in the beginning. And that lasted 3 months. We just gave it away to every man, woman, and child on the planet. Okay? And then, because the price went up, because the people were coming in to get their free cryptocurrency, Then we dropped it down, or they dropped it down to 50,000. Kringles, giving it away free. And it had even more value at that point because the price had gone up than originally what the 100,000 had when it got started. So 3 months of that, and we lowered it down to 25,000 Kringles. And we are still giving away 25,000 Kringles and will until we get to our first billion people, I would imagine. So how much is 25,000 Kringles worth today? $2,100. So we're giving away $2,100, and keep in mind that goes up every day and will continue to go up until we hit our first billion members. Okay, so if we're at billion, we have a long ways to go to get to 1 billion, don't we? So basically, we have to double 8 more times our membership. 8 more times, we're going to double the value of that $2,100. So what's $2,100 times? $2,100 times 8. I'm not real fast with math, but or doubling it to doubling it. If I had my calculator sitting right here, I could do it. I'm surprised I haven't done this before. I think it would end up being worth around 700,000. But let's just check. 2,100. And then you times that by 2, right? Goes to 42 times by 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, $268,000, $268,800 is what that free gift will be if the value of gold stays the same and we hit 1 billion, say, at the rate we're going to be moving now, should be 2 or 3 years at the most before we get to that 1 billion people. So if you just came in and got your free $25,000, 25,000 Kringles, that is worth $2,100, and you did nothing else, you didn't want to become a millionaire or a billionaire, because we can show you how to do that real easy. No, you don't have to spend 8 million to buy a coin, okay? Because that would defeat the purpose of the growth of our membership. Therefore, it would slaughter us, okay? Common sense, logic. We need that coin in your hands. So believe me, we will get it in your hands. All you have to do is just open up your arms and take it. I'm not kidding you. Are you willing to accept abundance in your life? That's all I'm asking. I certainly am willing. And now I'm asking other people to accept it, because the more people we have, the faster we'll get and the closer we'll get to our 1 billion members. Okay, that's our goal. At that point, with each coin being worth $2.8 billion, if it was, the value of gold was still the same in 2 or 3 years, then we'd have so much abundance left over among the 1 billion of us that we can take care of the other 6.6 billion people in the world. In fact, we can take care of 2 or 3, 4 times that amount in complete abundance. I mean, complete abundance. Okay, wealth. Everyone would be wealthy. Okay, some will be a little bit more wealthy than others, but those would be the ones that saw what we were doing now, were like-minded, and actually wanted to participate in the elimination of global poverty. It takes a certain mindset, obviously, to desire that in the world. You have to not be selfish. You have to not be greedy, right? You have to be okay with everybody having money. Okay? And there's plenty of us that feel that way. Plenty of us. way more than 1 billion, but we just want 1 billion. We're just looking for 1 billion. Okay. So with everything that's going on with our coin, now is a real good time to get involved. Okay. And all the information is below in the description of the video. You'll find links to the main site. You'll find links to the blog system where the admin stays in contact with us on a daily basis. You can participate in our videos, our live broadcasts, all kinds of things. We are the most amazing community that you can belong to in the world. That's my opinion. Okay. All right, so let me go back and finish with the billion coin if I wasn't finished. Oh, so we were giving away the coin, right, for free, which we still are, except that we weren't charging anything. We weren't charging for the wallet. We weren't charging for the back office. Back office is just a duplicatable website. Most of you probably know what a back office is. When you sign up and you want to participate in something online, a lot of times they'll give you so that you can use that to promote whatever you're promoting. It's like if you're going to go sell stuff for Amazon, right? You're going to have your own back office website to do your own selling. Okay, so that's what it is. And we weren't charging anything for that for free for a month. And then they would charge you $1 a month for your back office. And that was an option. That's if you wanted to be a part of giving the gift out to your family members or your friends and having them kind of connected to you. It was really cool. Okay. I definitely wanted to participate in that. So, you know, I spent $1 a month to do that. In fact, he had a deal where, okay, you know, you can get 12 months for $10 up front. Give me $10. You aren't going to worry about it for another, you know, year. But it was optional. He just wanted people to take it seriously, and he had to charge something. Self-funded. They have never asked us for any money when they did this. It's because they thought that this would be enough to encourage people to participate in the distribution of the coin. That's the key. Getting the coin out into people's hands. It's not buying it and hanging on to it and watching it go up every day. Okay, and then making peer-to-peer sales and buy things and purchase things with Kringles every day. The value is not going to go up unless members are continuing to come in until we hit that first 1 billion people. So it worked. The problem was giving it away. We're giving it away for free. They'd come in, the people that were getting the free gift, and they wouldn't really understand what they were getting. I assume that's what happened. Okay, and they didn't even, I assume that's what happened. Okay, and they didn't even bother to go and tell their friends. So after their first month, they never paid the $1 for their back office. And once the back office shut down, not shut down, but it would say, you know, hey, you need to pay $1 to get access to it. And they couldn't have given the gift away if they wanted to unless they paid that $1. So this year, going on to a brand new, very, very modern blockchain platform. He made that $10 mandatory for everyone. You want to belong to our community, you have to pay $10 a year. And no transaction fees, ever, lifetime. But you get this back office for $10 a year that you can go ahead and help us distribute our coin and create wealth, not just for you, but for everyone that you care about. It doesn't get any better than that. And actually, it does get better than that. Okay? It does get better than that. You see a lot of things out there where so-called opportunities will come across your laptop or your phone, and they'll say, hey, you can make money doing this or that. Get into business for yourself. And they charge you all kinds of fees, or you've got to buy some product or something. Okay. Where was I going with this? Oh, and you see a lot of them, at least I have, because I'm online doing research and stuff. And I'm part of network marketing because mainly with nutritional products, because I've been very interested in that due to my own health problems, right? And there's been a couple of really good products brought out over the decades that I got behind big time. Okay. But, so I'm familiar with that, but you see so many scams and you see so many things out there where these people that create these things are just trying to get your money. And basically what they do is they say, okay, for real low, $5, $50, you can join our system, maybe $50 a month. And this is how it works. You go out and you bring other people in and blah, blah, blah. So they don't give you a whole lot of information. They're compensating, because they're multi-level marketing based about the product or what you're supposed to get. And then that's it. And they will try to entice you with numbers. Hey, this is how much you're going to make. This is how much you're going to make. And so you just cough up whatever they want, $25, $50, $100. If they make it exciting enough with the numbers that they're telling you can earn, you're going to cough up a little bit of money, right? Without really knowing too much, because they're not going to tell you too much. That's the whole point. Okay. Well, obviously cryptocurrency is not multi-level. Yes, you can comes like you can with anything, which is fiat currency, scams and pyramid type stuff. Okay. You can do that with cryptocurrency, and it's been done. Boy, 2017 was quite a year. I told everybody, hey, don't do it. People that were way up there and were successful were getting involved in these things, and I just happen to be an expert on that, okay? Because I've been involved my whole entire life in multi-level marketing in one form or another. Not my whole entire life, basically from the time I was 10 years old on. Yeah, kind of unusual. It was because of my mother. She got into nutrition, became a nutritionist and a master herbalist. And she was selling herbs back in the early 70s. Okay, for companies like Harmony, Herbs, Nature's Sunshine. These go way back. If you're not my age and you haven't been around multi-level marketing, you're not going to understand. Nature's Sunshine is still in business. Okay, so as I got older, I got more and more involved. I made good money. I also, individuals, people. It's a very, very people business. And it's a small world, isn't it? And as the internet came on, the world got smaller. And you can learn more and more and meet more and more people. And these people just stuck around. These scammers just stuck around. They would create something, scam, and move on and create another company, scam, and move on. And if you didn't know who they were, if you didn't keep track of that, you'd get suckered into this stuff. So I kept track of them. I had been scammed. And I simply warned people is all I could do, because I saw it happen with Bitcoin last year big time. The scammers came out when they realized, okay, it's so popular because the price went up so much that, hey, here's an opportunity get people to give up their Bitcoin, and we can run off with their Bitcoin. I told them, and they said, no, it's okay, Paul. I believe these people. They've been real good to me. No, you don't understand. You haven't done your research. Go here on the website, on the internet. No, it's okay. Okay. Okay, and of course, those companies are gone now. But anyway, back to what I was saying. The difference with cryptocurrency as it's not a product, it's money. Yes, you can create scams around it. You know, there's always scammers out there. In a world that is full of scarcity, lack of, you've got this criminal element that causes people to go after what they need and take it from others because they believe that there is lack and scarcity in the world, because that's all they've been told, and that's the way the system has been in our world. And in my history, and in my parents' history, at least here in America, since 1971, it's gotten really ridiculous. When they took us off the gold standard here in America, then it became absolute pure debt. 40 years now, over 40 years of pure debt. And they just keep making money. It's not money, it's currency, it's worthless. Federal Reserve note is a private bank money. It's not ours. Okay, we gave that up in 1913. You and I didn't, but a trader called Woodrow Wilson gave it up. And he had some help from Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, so here's what's so exciting. It gets even better. When a person joins TBC, they click on the link and a page comes up, a registration page for them to put their name and an email address. And the email address has to be real because you will get right off the bat 2 emails. And you need to open those emails and you'll find confirmation links inside the emails that you will need to click on. And when you click on one, it will create your back office, which is called Kringle.cash. It's in your name and everything. Okay. And the other one will create your wallet. Okay. And then you may never get another email from us, but you've got to watch for those 2 emails. So it has to be a legitimate email address. And then they'll ask you to create a username and to create a password and to tell us what country you live in. And that's it. Okay. And then once you confirm your back office for Kringle Cash, a page will pop up. And on that page is going to be 10 paragraphs with a question underneath each paragraph or attached to each paragraph. Okay, so you'll read the first paragraph, and then you'll see a question, and that question is obviously about what you just read, and there'll be 2 choices to answer. One will be true, one will be false. If you do answer the false, it's okay because it just tells you you answered the wrong answer, and just go back and read the paragraph and try to answer the right one. Okay, so you'll go through 10 questions, but you'll go through 10 paragraphs to do that. This is the first thing that we have you do. You know, you don't pay $10, you don't pay a dime, you don't pay nothing. Okay, we've just given you our mission statement divided into 10 paragraphs. And you're going to read each one of those, and you're going to answer yes or, a true or a false. If you're struggling and you keep getting that false, it's because you just might not be right for us. You just might not be like-minded. And you may end up after the 3rd or 4th question just saying, you know what? I don't think this is for me. And you can just walk away. You have never spent a dime. You can't do that with scams, okay? These scam programs that were all out there last year, and they're still out there. They want your money up front. Send us the money and then we'll show you how to get started. We'll show you what we're all about, because really they're not about anything, but they want that money. Okay. And then there's no refunds, right? You send in your money and you realize, okay, now I've got to go scam all my friends because I'm going to end up with. You see what I'm saying? But ultimately, the creators of those scams get the most. And then they go away and they disappear, and you're lucky if you even broke even. Most of the people lose. That's the whole point. That's not what we are doing. We don't want your money. We don't want your fiat currency. In fact, when you do decide and you want to be a part of our community so bad, you just, come on, take my $10, please. Admin will take it, but he'll only take it in Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum right now. Okay? So the point is, you can come in and at least go over those 10 questions and decide before you spend a dime. You'll know everything about us. Not only that, but we have a whole website that is just loaded with all. You can spend weeks going over the information in our website, thebillioncoin.info, because the blog has been available daily for 2 years, and he can post anywhere from 1 to 10 posts a day. Okay, letting us know what's going on, and that's what's been happening for 2 solid years. You can go back and watch our history just by reading the blog posts. But inside of our website, thebillioncoin.info, our main website, you can get access to the algorithm, how it works, calculators. You can get a list of the broadcast and people that are giving live broadcasts to get any questions answered instantly if you get on a live broadcast. There's just so much information. We're not hiding anything. Okay? You won't ever spend a dime of that $10 until you want so bad to that you will. It's $10. It's nothing. Look at it this way. For $10, you're going to get a free gift worth $2,100. How's that for leverage? $2,100 worth of Kringles. Actually, you'll get them on a reward system, okay, which we call the cookie promo system, or the cookie reward promo. So what we do is we give the same amount of Kringles, we give the same amount called cookie rewards. It's just a point system, and we'll put that right into your back office, and you'll see, okay, I got my free, Kringles, but they're not Kringles yet, they're cookie points. And then we have redemption months every 5 months. We just got through with our second one in May. And the next one starts November 1st, goes for the whole month. And when November 1st comes, you'll see in your back office where the cookies are, you'll see a green button show up. It will say redeem, and you push that. And voila, your cookies disappear and they go into Kringles in your wallet. Kringles that you can then spend right then and there. Start spending it. Okay, because we are spending our coin amongst ourselves. We have a very, very small economy, obviously, with just 3 million people, most of them that aren't even aware that this is happening. So maybe 100,000 of us are actually using it between us. We are actually buying things from each other. It's amazing. And merchants are coming to board like crazy because they don't have to leave their Bitcoin sit in the wallet and know that it's going to go up, but because they can't use it, okay? Because it could go down the next day after they accept it, right? And if they needed to buy more product to restock their store, they'd lose money. So the only ones that can accept Bitcoin are the ones that can hang on to it and just leave it alone. The ones that are making enough cash flow through their business that they can use the cash to, restock or whatever. Okay. Now, how many people are involved in Bitcoin? Like, how many owners are there that are using Bitcoin? Approximately 12 million. This is only 4 times what we are right now. If we're at 3 million, they're at 12 million. But merchants, when they find out about our coin, want to accept it because they know that tomorrow it's going to go up in price. If they sell you something for $100 in Kringles, you give them $100 in Kringles, it goes into their wallet. A month later, it could be worth 200. So what they sold you for 100, they just sold you and they made 200 a month later. Okay. And then 6 months later, it's up there worth $2,000. So what they sold you that cost them maybe 50 bucks, maybe less, and they sold it to you for 100, they've now got $2,000 sitting in there for that same purchase. You see what I'm saying? When you explain this emergence, you're going to see light go on in the back of their eyes when they get it. So this is why there's no stopping us. There's no stopping us. We are going to accomplish our mission. And when we do hit that first billion people, we will decentralize the wallet system because there'll be no point in us controlling the wallet anymore. We would have achieved our mission. Okay, so what else was I talking about? Oh, okay. So you understand that you can come in, find out all about us, and never spend a dime. And I mean, so you can find out everything about us, literally. And you'll know whether you want to spend $10 or not. Okay? So what do you have to lose? Nothing, except some time to go and look at the information. At least go through those 10 questions, sign up on the registration form, click on the link on the email you'll get, and you'll get that page pulled up, okay? And then just read those 10 questions. And you'll know right then whether you want to be a part of our community, whether you'll want to spend the $10 or not. If you don't, get off the site and you're done. You've never spent a dime. You haven't done anything. Okay, and all you've lost was 10 minutes. Okay, now what's the worst you can lose? If we're a scam, which is insane, the worst you can lose is 10 bucks. Not 1,000, not 300, not 100, not 50, and not per month until we close. No, we're 2 years old. Okay. Go back and look at all the other cryptocurrencies and see what time they came out. That's how old they are. Bitcoin was the first, so they've been out for 9 years. Okay. So we all have a history, right? We're not going away unless we were a scam in the first place. And the only scams that could be going on out there in cryptocurrency would be ICOs, initial coin offerings. That would be totally and completely fake. Word of mouth. Because an ICO is a security. And if you have an ICO, which is an initial coin offering, you have to go through the Securities and Exchange Commission and do all the paperwork. Because until that token gets put on a coin, made into a coin on a trading market, then it becomes a non-security. But until then, it's a security for investors to come in and purchase part of that ICO, a stake, whatever you want to call it, and then get a return on their investment when it hits the market. Okay, but if an ICO comes up and say, hey, we got a new coin, come on, get in right now, spend $100 and we'll give you so many coins, it's going to be worth a ton when we go on the, if you don't do any checking out to find out if the company is real, you can end up sending $100 and never see it again. You see what I'm saying? So that's the only kind of scams that can be out there in that sense with cryptocurrencies. So the worst, we've been out here for 2 years. All we've done is grown and gotten better. Okay, we have a community, and I can't overemphasize this. So that's why I say, what's the worst that can happen? You can lose $10 if we close down. If we're a scam, you can lose $10. That's the most you can lose. Seriously. If you just sat there and watched your gift go up in value, did nothing else, you didn't want to become a millionaire, you didn't want to become a billionaire, so you didn't spend an extra $100 because that's all it costs to get a full coin. Okay? And that full coin comes from admin. Okay? You buy $100 or more, but for every set of $100 that you buy, admin will give you a full coin worth $8.4 million today, and will be worth, if the price of gold stays the same, 2 to 3 years from now, $2.8 billion. You can become a multi-billionaire for $100. Well, 110. And if that sounds too good to be true, go do some reading on our site and realize that it is complete common sense. It is complete logic. When you have an abundance-based coin with an algorithm that values the coin on the coin getting into your hands, then it makes complete sense. Complete sense. And again, what's the most you can lose for becoming a multi-billionaire? $100? Well, 110. That's the most you can lose. Now, that's the kind of leverage I've never seen online, period. Okay? But because I am familiar with scams, well, I'm not going to say that I'm perfect. Okay? I could still be scammed, but it seems highly unlikely, is what I'm saying. Highly unlikely. So, I'm certainly not going to, be out here doing live videos and taking a chance on ruining my reputation by pushing a scam. You see what I'm saying? I have a whole lot of friends. So, I'm not saying I have the greatest reputation in the world, but, I have a pretty good one. Okay? So I'm involved in something that's 100% real. And if you just look at it and use some common sense and logic, and you're like-minded, you really, really want to get rid of poverty in the world and all the other symptoms that go with it, which are just pure horror. Okay? Aside from politics, we can do this on our own. It's we the people. We the people. Okay, that's it. I've been talking for an hour. I'm already scheduled for tomorrow, Monday, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Same place, same channel. And I'm grateful to you all who have listened, and may God bless you all. I love you all. And let's rock and roll, because this thing is getting more and more exciting. Those of you who may still be watching and that are already a part of our community, things are getting more and more exciting every day, aren't they? We know that. If we can just get on top of the roofs like that other video that came out of the blog and scream it out to everybody, we would, But I'm still trying to figure out how to get on top of the roof of my townhouse here without killing myself. But then I would need, what do you call those things? Yeah, I can only do so much as one person, but I'm trying. Okay? I believe, I'm passionate, and I'm getting the word out the best I can. And all you need to do is take 10 minutes out of your time, if you're new and watching this video, and take a look at the Billion coin. And I don't care how you hear about it, from me or from any of the other broadcasters, or it doesn't matter how you hear from it. When you hear about the Billion coin, and if you're like me, when I saw my first video a year ago, I didn't just jump in right after I watched that video. I turned around and there was another video to watch from someone else. I watched that one. And then there was another one by somebody else, and I watched that one. Then I went and did some, some reading on their site. And then that was it. I haven't looked back since. Okay, so you guys all have a great rest of the Sunday evening, depending on where you're at in the world, or you may be into Monday already. Okay, so let's have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.